Welcome back. So in this video, we're going to learn about GitHub. We're going to create a repository on the GitHub account. So if you're wondering, if you don't have a GitHub account, if you want to know how to create a GitHub account, please refer to the previous video. Let me show you a glimpse. So go to your GitHub profile. Or you can just search GitHub sign in or sign up. So you will be having an option to sign up over here. So where it will take you into the GitHub signing page. For example, when I open this in the incognito mode, it will be very easy for you to understand. So this is the main GitHub page. You just need to type your email ID and sign up for GitHub. That's it. It's pretty much easy. So it kind of gives you a brief idea about how the things is working and what exactly GitHub collaboration can be doing, and CI/CD workflows. So we will definitely go through these things, so don't worry about this. A lot of features over here, so don't get freaked out. So this is like we are learning stage, so it's all right. So this is how you create a GitHub account. So let's go back and understand what we learned so far. So we learned about what is Git, which is like a distributed version control system in the previous 41 minutes of video. Now GitHub is a cloud platform where your main repositories are available. We called the main repository as a remote repository or central repository. Right, now let's understand GitHub for contributors idea over here. So GitHub, as I told you, it comes with a lot of another terminology. In the Git, we learned a lot of terminology like SHA, hashing, objects. So I hope you guys remember it. If you forget, just go back to the video and watch it. So in this video, we're going to learn about a lot of terminology like what are issues, what are pull requests, code of content, discussion, labels, actions, forks. There is like a lot of things, forks. All right, so let's understand how things is working. Before that, I just want to give you touch upon what exactly GitHub platform offers. So for example, you can start scaling up your platform with the GitHub, and it do provides the security. All the code, all the things is secured by GitHub, and this is also backed by Microsoft, which follows a standard process of securing your personal files and everything. And in terms of productivity, it also offers you CI/CD, which is like a testing functionalities, which is available on the GitHub, which makes automated testing of your entire code base, which saves times and helps in collaboration. Now we have another tool called collaboration, which is basically like forking, raising issues, pull requests, a lot of things. Now the latest feature, something like it is powered by AI. That would be the latest features. Now what we'll be doing is like we will be creating a repository on the GitHub. So how we can do is like go to the GitHub, your GitHub, you can see a create new repository over here, right? So you create a new repository. So what we'll be doing is like in the last video, we learned to create a file. For example, localhost D, we created a demo file over here. So now what we'll be doing is like we will be uploading this README file to here. So you can basically work on that file, and you can make the changes in your local repository, and you can try to push into your main files over there. So you can just make name the repository as demo git learn, select the owner, you are the owner. Just make sure that you follow a description. It's basically like a thumb rule, like, you know, always follow a description. When you start learning in the right way, it will become an habitual. So this repository used to learn Git and GitHub. You make the repository public, and if you want, you can add a README file. It's up to you. So you add a readme.md file. So what we have in the repository local system is like readme.txt file. Now if you want to choose a license, you can choose a license. You don't have if you want to. So if you want to create a license of MIT, you can create an MIT license. Basically deals with copyright and all of those stuff. All right, so now you have created an awesome repository over here, right? So this is like way too simple how you deal with it. Now you have an add file option where you can directly upload the file from your local system. You come back to here, you click on add file, you have upload option over here, choose your file. Now just give me a minute, it should be in my drive, Recode, Hive, demo, readme.file. Always make sure that you upload a meaningful commit. So I want you to teach, or I want you to follow a particular format, so you, even if you are learning from the beginning, it would be easy for you to go and understand how exactly things is working. So uploaded the txt readme file, and you can just copy paste this if you want to, again if you want to add more feature. So now you have two options: either you can directly commit to the main branch, or you can create a new branch. So let's create a new branch. What do you say? So what happens is, like, you're trying to do a commit. So now this commit message usually have a different thing. So it's basically like you can commit in two different ways. The one way which I'm doing is like committing on the online one. Now another way is like you can use command line interface to commit. So make sure that it's not beyond 50 characters, right? All right, so what we will do is, like, we won't go into the second one, we will do the direct commit changes. All right, now you can see there is two commits over here. You can see txt file and readme.md file. That's basically how you push the changes. Now in the next video I will show you how exactly you can connect this particular repository with the old one. All right, so now let's look into what is Gist and what is Wiki. So these are like a documentation platform. For example, it is a simple way of sharing your code. For example, now if you go into, if you just search Gist Gist GitHub, you can see the first link which is appearing, or you can go into the particular link in the description box. So Gist will help you to share your code. For example, think these all are my Gist I have been created. So it makes me easy to share my code with my peers, or to paste this code embedded on the particular website or not. So when you click on this file, you have multiple options to embed this file or download the zip file. So it kind of makes to download the code file. If you have 1,000 lines of code, it will be help. It's very easy to share with your friends rather than sharing the code on the Gmail. Most of the time, they have the security, they will erase all the codings and everything, because they will find it as a threat or vulnerability or virus. So this is the best way that you can share your code bases. And there are like multiple ways and multiple visibility protections available here. If you don't want your code to be public, you can make it secret. So those can be shared. When you share, only the shared people can see, not to the NDI people. So whoever comes to this particular link, they can see all the Gist I have been created so far in the last few time periods. Now we are talking about Wiki. So wikis are basically what I can say, this is basically like a documentation for your entire project. For example, if I go into the Stack Overflow, we initially created a wiki, then we removed it. So if you go to wiki, here we can add all details about our project, how the project is basically working. So anyone who comes to the wiki page, they will get complete idea. But most of the project doesn't use wiki anymore, so they have the README page where we summarize entire how to replicate the project and everything. If it is very complicated, if you're developing a thesis basis something, wiki would be really helpful in terms of understanding what exactly you are trying to do. All right, so we already spoke about what is this branch and how to create a new branch or something like that. So in order to create a new branch, what I can show you is over here, git checkout. Oh, let's see what branch we are in. So we are in currently main branch. So let's create a branch called Sanjay. Git checkout be Sanjay. You can enter your name. Now we switch to Sanjay. So git branch to see what branch we are right now. So whatever changes I make, so that will happen in the Sanjay branch. So whatever I add, for example, let me add, what should I do? If I create a new folder, mkdir Sanjay, a new folder has been created inside it. Now git status, git status, nothing to commit. Now git add Sanjay, git status again. So this particular file has been added into the system. That's how it basically works. So that has been created into this particular git branch. Now commit message, as I told you, once you add something, you can make a commit message just like this. So git commit m for message, then you can type your message over here with a space, add a new folder. I don't think the folder has been added before in the git add, so you can see nothing to commit. So if you want to add everything into the file, you can use git add star. Now you can check git status. Okay, so that file has not been added. So let's create a new file. For example, let me open this file over here, demo readme.txt. I can just type something, Sanjay Lau teaching. So I changed over here. So this changes when you click over here, you can even see it over here. It's kind of takes some time to load. All right, it's loading. So that particular file has been written like that. Now you can do git add star. Now git status, you have modified the git file. Now you can do git commit, added new line to txt file. So always make sure that you do a meaningful comment. So you committed that changes. Now if you do git log, you can see what changes you have been made. That's pretty easy, it's very straightforward. So what happens over here is, like, when you make a changes in your branch, each time it creates a unique SHA ID, which I also showed you over here. It's kind of create a unique ID. For example, in this particular project, there were like around 50 people has been contributed and around 319 commits. So it has been created 319 SHA ID for this one. So it would be easy to track the changes. All right, so the primary stage of files in a GitHub repo is untracked. So whenever you make any changes, it would be untracked. So it's your responsibility to add into the tracked version. So again, the tracked versions are confined into 3-4 different stages, which is like unmodified, modified, staged, and committed. So when you add commit message, git commit m, then a commit message, it goes to the stage 1 and further into the commit message 1. All right, now let's understand the pull and merge requests. For example, this particular signals commits from one branch. So it's basically like it kind of signals you that, okay, this particular commit is ready to merge into the another branch. So once these changes are good to go from one branch to another branch, which is basically like from the compare branch to the base branch, the changes being changed into the remote repository or the central repository. So that's basically the main idea of the GitHub. So let's understand the flow over here. So you create a feature branch, you make the commit changes, you create a pull request, and you discuss the proposed changes over here. Then you merge the features into the main branch over here. That's basically how the things works. All right, so I hope you guys got it. Now I'm just wondering, like, should I talk about the GitHub issues in this particular one? Maybe I can just touch it upon what is GitHub issues is all about. So this is basically like a collaboration thing. So this is basically like how the GitHub is working. For example, over here you can see issues over here. So these issues are something basically like help us to understand if there is any bug or any enhancement. So anybody can come and create a new issue. For example, in this issue, people has been created multiple features. For example, I have found, okay, there is some bug over here. So I assign this bug, and one of the collaborators is, so this is how what is called open source. Anybody can come and ask that, okay, I am interested to work on this, so I can assign this particular person, and they will raise a pull request respectively. So that's how the things works over there. So that's basically the issue. The issue can be created in multiple ways. So it can be either discussion. For example, if I create a discussion over here, and so let me take a small discussion. Now I can create an issue from this particular discussion as well. So there is like n number of ways that you can create a discussion even from the commit message. So now what is fork? Fork is basically like you copy one particular person's repository to another person. So for example, if anybody want to come and contribute to any of this repository over here, the first thing they have to do is to do forking. For example, if you want to come and do add your name, in this video this would be your task. Please come over here, try to add your name. So follow this particular procedure and try to add your name and see how it works. All right, so there have been already 339 people added their name over here. So for the first process for you, it should be like forking this repository. You have to fork this repository to add your name. For example, let me go and open my third account over here. Now I want to add my name into the name list. For example, when you scroll down, you can see particular name list has been added. Now I would like to add my name into this. So in order to click on the edit button, I have to fork this repository first, right? So you have to click on the fork button. So once you click on the fork button, you will be able to go and edit that particular thing in your particular repository. For example, copy the main branch only, create a fork, choose the owner. So there is like already this person has already forked, so that's why it's not able to fork. So once you go and edit, click on edit button, you can see this thing has been changed. This will be changed into your name, right? So that's how the things works, and try to follow this particular procedure, how exactly we have to do the particular changes. Maybe in the next video I will show you how exactly to do this. All right, so once you be able to do that, you will be completely able to understand how to do fork, how to do push, how to do friendly forks, a lot of things. All right, so we'll skip that. So now we will jump into discussion. So discussions are a platform where it kind of makes it easy in terms of collaboration. So let me go to one of the awesome discussion being happened in this repository. For example, let me go into my Stack Overflow over here and discussion. So even for your repository which you have been created, you can create a discussion like this. So what you need to do is like go to your repository. I believe in the beginning of this video, if you followed, you might have created a demo.git.learn. So what you need to do is like you have to go to the settings, then you have to enable the discussion, click on setup discussion, start the discussion. So now you can see a discussion tab in open over here, and you can see a lot of tabs over here. And if you want to start a new discussion, you can start a discussion. That's basically how the things works. And in a wider perspective of view how the discussion is working, I can show you a sample. Go to the Stack Overflow. All the links has been provided over here, so just make sure that you just go and explore it, and make sure that whenever you go and explore each of the repository, try to give a star or try to give a follow button, because that's kind of an appreciation in the open source community that you are learning from their repository. So just give a gratitude to them. Okay, thanks for sharing the repository to teach us, or something like that. So here exactly like this, we can create a discussion. So we can talk about future enhancement of Stack Overflow, or maybe you can see why adding different IP and B files. So all the contributor can come together and have a discussion, and from here also we can create an issue from the discussion and transfer this discussion to some other repository and take further actions on it. So that's how the discussion thing is working. And you can see there are different types of discussion for creating polls, creating ideas, Q&A, and announcement sessions. All right, so we are at the end of this particular second video, and yeah, again, it's none of the video is going to be 40 or more than 25 minutes anymore, because the first one will take a lot of time. That's why the first video went to 41 minutes. So let's understand what you have learned. So what is the best way to report a bug to a GitHub project? So let me know what is the best way to report a bug. What do you think? Email a project owner? So then let's go to second question. Suppose you created a bug fix on a new branch and wanted it to become a part of the next production build generated from the main branch. What should you do? So I'll give you 10 seconds, stop the video, think about it, go back to the previous talks which I spoke about, then come back here. So the first one is basically like you search for the bug in the project, whether there is an existing issue has been created. If not, you can create a new issue on that. And if you find a bug and you made a fix, you do is like you create a pull request and merge that into the main branch, and the owner of that particular repository will review your particular file and they will be approving it. Suppose you would like to work with a project on a GitHub, but you don't have the right access to the project. What can you do? So basically it's like you fork the project, as I told you before, and you make changes and you do a PR to the upstream repository. So that's how the things works. All right, so we already have live demo. We learned about how to create a repository. We learned about issues, discussion. We learned about how to activate discussion. We learned about how to join the repository and how to make that repository in public in your profile. So yeah, we learned a lot in the last two videos. So we will talk about this GitHub Copilot and everything in the future. So basically, I just want to reiterate, if you want to join the organization, feel free to join the organization. You've been part of the amazing 223 people, and explore any of the repository over there. You can learn a lot. So by now, people who followed the video, you've been part of one of the organization, and try to add more details over here. Try to follow back. Try to give a follow. I will be also following you back. Now, yeah, that's it. In the next video, we will be talking about how to create a profile like this, how to start with your first, thing, how to connect your local file into over here, and how to make the commits just like that. So I hope you enjoyed this video on how we are going ahead. And there is like a lot of setup videos coming up. So stay tuned in the playlist. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys had a great learning. Thank you.